Okay, so we're gonna kick ass, right? Are you hot?
No.
Okay. So Ned, your left leg is not as stable, and it moves, but it's not as stable. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it on a hill, right? So I'm gonna get in front of you first, all right? So we wanna kick because we can move on this right side, okay? We can stay stable on the right, but not on the left. The left is all about kicking on that left, is about coming underneath it and using your butt and your abs to get under it and letting the body go with you. It's like doing a back flip, okay? But if you leave your ankle out, if you use your ankle and your outside of your calf, that's connected to your back, you're never gonna be able to get that foot up to kick. So what we're after is to get under, and we're gonna do a kick underneath, guess what? Not with the outside of our foot, with the top of the foot, okay? So to do that, remember in the direction of the skid, we're going to the right, so we want to move in the direction of the fall or the skid. We don't want to come up with our elbow or our shoulder yet. We want to come up. We want to be able to come up by breathing in, breathe first, and we want to pull up from dropping the pubic bone forward. We're pulling up from the erector, releasing the back, and using the ab. We're shifting over. Now we're shifting over. We're going over to this butt. We feel this hurts a little bit. So what we're going to do, pull in from the ab by rounding the upper back. So when we round the upper back, we use the ab. When we arch the upper back, we use the butt, basically. That's when we come up. When we arch the back, we also use the arch of the foot. We never want to go all the way to the ankle, because that means we're using our back and our hip, and we've gone over too far, because we're not in the direction of the skid. We always want to be, if we kick, we want to be in the direction of the skid at all times. So if we're skidding to the right, in order to lift this leg up, okay, this knee has to be in direction of the skid. So we pull that ab in because we're rounding the back, okay? We're gonna come up from the butt and you're gonna kick. That's right. How are you gonna kick? From the butt on that side. Just start out with a low kick, right here. One, that's it. Now, the thing that will help you to remember to use that ab, right? Let's do a circle. Not around that ankle, let's do a circle. Let's take this foot, let's go on the inside of that arch on this foot, okay? Let's point that toe in a 25-degree angle, and let's loosen that hip flexor, because we have to use that hip flexor. Hip flexor is basically using the psoas, using the abdominal. If we don't use it, we're going to use the back, okay? So we don't want to. We want to be able to get that leg up as high as we can. To get that leg up as high as we can, we want to use the abdominals. So let's go down and relax, right? Let's shift that weight down as far as we can to the back. Let's get our butt back, because we know we have a better chance of kicking or hitting somebody with our left side if we go down lower or more powerful, okay? If we don't go around down far enough with our butt, we're gonna do a real baby kick and a baby hit, and we wanna knock them brother out. So we're going down, we gotta pull that ab in, right? We're gonna shift that weight by using that right side, coming up underneath. We round, because we're coming up from that ab. You can hit it with the right, kick it with the left. 1, 2. So you do an undercut, kick. That's right. So now that you're still using, so let's slide this leg in a little bit closer, okay? Remember, in the direction of the skid. So let's bring our hands together. Hands together in front. Direction of the skid is this way, all right? So let's bring both of our toes balls of our feet that direction. Now that's hard because you don't really have a calf on this side, right? Or the back is tight. So we've got to be able to move, right? What do we got to do that? We've got to release that back, round that upper back, come down, right? Yep, we got to bend. I had to bend that knee because that Achilles is tight. So what are we going to do? Let's slide and lift, go over to your abductor. Pull it over with that butt. Remember we were just working, that's right. Now, how are we going to get over on that side? Shift your weight over, right? We shifted over from underneath from that ab. Now, we're on that side. Now, guess what we can do? We can lift up from that butt. That's right, and we never could, right? Now we can get under using that left leg. So here's what happens on your left foot. It never goes down. You never feel that heel go up. You never feel that. You're always navigating with your right side. So if we are able to get that heel down, and we go from the outside of the heel to the arch, right? And we make a small circle, and we move our body in the direction of the skid, that starts loosening that back up, right? Because it's really tight in the bottom. So now you're in the direction of the skid. Now you're going to hit somebody. You're going to hit them with the left hook underneath. Let's go to the side. I'm sorry, left hook is the side. Hook, hook, hook. Look what you're rotating. Look on this side, right? Hook, hook, hook. Now let's go down. We want to make a more powerful move. We're going to round that upper back. That pulling the ab in, we're going to shift the weight back to that butt. Now, what are we going to do? Typically, we want to come up from that. That's a lazy man. We're not lazy. So we're going to shift our weight over to the skid so that knee drops inside. We force it. Because when that knee drops, that butt drops, we drop those hips. We drop the pelvis. When we drop the pelvis, that releases the back. We pull the ab in. Now we come up under. Hit. Undercut. There. Side cut. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're in the direction of the skid. And this arm more worth it, right? Now we're going to go to the other side. But before we do that, we're going to do some kick. We're going to do some MMA. So we have to loosen up, and we have to go in the direction of this skid. The left one is the hardest one for us to step back on. It has a lot to do with where our elbow and where our shoulder are. If they're here, we're never going to be able, because we've got to go in the direction of this skid, right? So let's go in the direction of this skid by putting our knees together. So if we're going in the direction of this skid, common sense tells us to go the other way, right? And that's what I had a problem with when I used to drive. My dad would say, go in the direction of the skid. I'm like, are you crazy? I have to turn the wheel the other way. No, you go in the direction of the skid because, look, the back of you goes down, your center of gravity goes down, and you have more balance. It's just like going downhill skiing. So you go downhill skiing, you round the upper back, which drops. You round the upper back, you pull the ab in, that lets your butt go down, so you come up with force from the back end, right? From the back end, same as driving. Now, what do you do with this? You want to do this? What you're going to do, to use this to come up, you're going to arch that back. You're going to use the butt, release the back, come over. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're using, you can feel that you're also using, who the hell knows, but that you're releasing that upper back. You're using that upper body to upper back. So it goes from the bottom to the upper back. If you don't have an upper back, you won't have a calf. So on this left side, you've got to also have a calf. So you've got to be able to have a calf. You've got to be able to put weight in your toes. If you can't feel your toes, right, your back's going to hurt. So we've got to be able to feel that big toe. And when to feel that big toe, all we have to do is drop, bring the pubic bone forward, release the back, How are we going to come over? From here, all the way over, from the oblique or transversus over to that rhomboid, back down, we round it. What are we going to do with this? We're going to let that go. So we're going to shift our weight to the skid. When we shift that weight to the skid, we're going to round that upper back. We drop that elbow. Now up. This is a boxing move, right? Look what you can do in a boxing move. That's hitting that little back. Look at that. Look at that. That's agility. That's cool. Because now once you're there, come up on your, look. You come up from under. Undercut, undercut, undercut. So let's go down a little bit, okay? We got to go down more to do an undercut because our back is so tight. So we're going to go down, put our hands to our big toes, right? Let's round that upper back and round that lower back. Let's push back with our heels, our butt, and pull in with the ab. Push our butt back. We push our butt back. We round that upper back. We come up. And now we're going to come up underneath. With that, you feel that? No, come down more. You've got to come down more. You've got to round that back. You've got to go down like you're looking at the ground. You're looking at the bugs. Your weight is inside the big toes. The weight is inside the arches. You've got to push up from the arches of those feet and the heel. Go inside the heels to the arch to come up under. You got it? And then up from the calf. That's right, there. Hold it right there. Don't come up straight yet. You know we're going to come up straight from this. So hold it there. Guess what we're going to do? You're going to breathe in, lift up from the butt, lift the chest up, and guess what? You're going to balance on your right side. You're going to tighten your right knee. You're going to drop. You're going to pull in from the ab on this side. You're going to round it. Yeah. So basically all it was is instead of a kick you're just going to step. You're finally going to step to the left side in an open stance. It doesn't come from the hip, it comes from this side. Same thing as when you're hitting a baseball, okay? Batter up, okay? When they're batter up and you're right-handed batter, okay? You don't hit from here. That's what I did, okay? No wonder I didn't get powerful. Because my dad would say, get down underneath the ball with your bat. I'm like, how do you do that? Because I was lazy or I didn't understand it, okay? If you hit like this, you're nothing. But you've got to get down under. So you see them really big, they go way down under and they come up under and it goes left field or home run. Get it? So that's what I want you to think about now, right? But it doesn't go over to this ankle. They do like a 360 almost, right? And then they go around in a circle, just like the pitcher, just like your nephew, Kenny, right? All right, batter up, batter up. Okay, how are we gonna go down? Go in the direction of the skid. This has gotta go, so we've gotta bring this together, right? Right, direction of the skid, the knees are together. Batter up, and he hits it, what? Under, that's right. All right, so let me see you do it. So they're up high, a lot of them go up high. They start out high, right? Like this, because they're stretching out, right? Stretch out with that bat. That's right. And you see them doing this, right? With the bat, and they go like this. They're stretching their back out, right? And they're stretching it out, right? So you got it? Batter up. So they're stretched out. Come down under. That's right. I thought, you know what? Yes, knees. So why does your father have a hard time hitting now? Because this knee, the right knee, doesn't push over. So if I can get him down under and use more flexibility in his back and using his core, he will be fine, and also his upper back. because my knees are shot, right? But I think I could play baseball now. I just still can't run very well, right? And I think you're going to be able to play baseball, right? So we went from kickboxing to boxing to MMA to baseball to skidding in a car,
Ballet.
right? And ballet to weights to, you know what? That's what it's about, is that you have to think of examples in life and things that matter to you. Things that don't matter to me, things that matter to you, I know. Baseball, ice hockey, sports, okay? Speed racer, that matters, okay? Okay, so that's our lesson for today, Ned. N2SHAPE, Ellen Yates, and Ned Lippman.